Transformational Tuesday. So, welcome. Guess what? Yep, I think you're right. Mercury's shadow phase, pre-shadow phase, began yesterday. So we are officially back in a Mercury retrograde cycle. Now, Mercury hasn't specifically gone retrograde yet we are in the pre-shadow phase. So what this means is it's really important to document, to note, to see what is coming up in your life today and for the next 2 weeks, because during this 2-week period, that's what's actually going to be coming up for review during Mercury retrograde. Now, don't worry, you're not alone on this. I'll be making these videos. We'll be doing some practices to get us through the time period of Mercury retrograde. Well, let me tell you, there are an extraordinary amount of benefits to doing things during a retrograde period. So, just so you know, it's nothing to be afraid of, but it's really a perfect time to kind of hit that hyper speed of when you're ready to just pull the trigger on things that you've been holding off on, things that you've been creating, as long as you want them to keep growing. So how many of you here are feeling like you're trudging up a mudslide? And if you're not right now, who many have, or who has ever felt that you've been trudging up a mudslide? You try to keep going, you're putting so much effort into it, and yet it's like you just can't make any headway. I want you to know that that is what this reading is on. That's what we're going to be looking at, is how do you break through? How do you find your wings? How do you pop up, and how do you fly? Because there are ways to just completely avoid the mudslide altogether. There are. I know this. Because I've gotten stuck and trampled in mudslides, and I've also found my wings, and I've just kind of completely ditched the entire scenario. So as we're talking about that, I'm putting the energy into these cards that we're going to be using today to do our little 3-card check-in for Transformational Tuesday. Oh, there's one. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for us today, asking, setting a prayer that the angels are bringing clear guidance for all of us that are watching, for all of us that are watching the replay, and for those that are simply just interested to see what is this about. Maybe you're just curious. So I'm going to put my cards here next to my dragon named Shirley. Thank you, Miss Patty Negri. Yep, Shirley is along for the ride these days. And my assistant keeps laughing at me about it, but it's real. Her name is Shirley, and yes, her energy is with me always. All right, so I just kind of cheated a little bit. I saw one of the cards, so I'm going to leave that one for last because it is like the grand finale, okay? So which one's going to come first? This one. The Ace of Gabriel, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. Now, I think this really touches on what I was just also touching on about Mercury retrograde. This is the time for you to really start to check in to see what is it that you're creating? What is it that you are giving energy to? What is it that you are amplifying in your life? Because what you focus on, quite literally, is what you are creating. So if you're creating things that aren't working for you, if you're creating a limiting sense of scarcity, that you don't have enough money or you won't have enough money, never let money be a block for you as far as what you are creating in the next level of your life. So the creating in the sense of wonder, a chance to do something amazing. Let's look at the things also, knowing that money doesn't always have to be a part of it, but what are the things that you are creating right now that you have had a block around in the past? Maybe it's your ideal, most incredible relationship that you've been in, the one that just feeds your soul. And maybe, just maybe, that relationship isn't outside of you at all. Maybe that one's right here. That's you getting to know yourself. That's you falling in love with yourself first. So really looking at creating that sense of wonder. You might hear that go, I wonder what the heck she's thinking. That is so silly. How could I fall in love with myself? Well, let me tell you, when you are truly, madly, deeply in love with yourself, it does not matter what anyone else around you does. Not one little bit. That you can still truly stay in your own integrity and in your own grace of embracing life as it is. Knowing that the only thing you have control of changing is yourself and your patterns and your consistency around creating the life of your dreams. This is not cliche. This is not some fancy wall art hanging saying live the life of your dreams. You quite literally are powerful enough to create that. So creating that sense of wonder, creating that opportunity. Mercury retrograde is a great time to leave no stone unturned and to see where are you holding yourself back. It's almost like a little slingshot. We pull ourselves back to review what has been going on, and then we move forward. So in these next 2 weeks, that's what the theme for your Mercury retrograde is going to be. So thank you, Gabriel. Let's take a look. Oh, we've got the King of Gabriel. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. Dramatic. Maybe that's why I'm being a little bit foofy today. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to other. Experience that leads to success and genuine concern for others. So the experience that leads to success. This is the experience of trudging up the mudslide. The success is finding your wings and letting the sludge completely wipe free from your entire body and being so that you can soar to the next level of your potential. For those of you that are watching right now, I can guarantee you that you are not operating at your potential right now. And that is a choice. You can choose to not operate at your potential, and you can choose to operate at your potential. Now, I was the queen of this. Like, I think it was in 6th grade. We had a parent-teacher conference, and I was getting straight A's. Like, I didn't think anything was a problem here. But my teacher told my parents that I was doing, like, the minimal amount to succeed. To which I said, well, yeah, isn't that like how we get by? Isn't that what we do to just, appease the people making the assignments? Well, the funny thing about that story is that now there's a parallel to it. Except nobody here is making assignments. You're the one that's choosing to step in fully into your potential, because guess what? You can skip a grade. You can go to the next level without ever having to trudge and trudge and trudge and trudge. You can find your wings and you can just go, poof, I don't want to do this anymore. And when you make that decision, the universe supports you. The universe supports you in making that next step, that next leap, that next jump to move forward into the life that you are meant to live here. I truly don't believe that we are all meant to live in scarcity, or that we are all meant to live by, standing in the shadows of people around us. That we are all here. You, me, Loki, Kayla, all of these people that are here and that are meant to live the fullest that you can. That when you shine your bright, or when you shine your light as bright as you possibly can, you are quite literally giving permission to other people around you to keep shining brighter. So where are you dimming your light to make other people comfortable? Knock that off. Now is your time to shine. Now is your time to be bright. Being considerate, experience that leads to success, leaving the details to other. That's where prayer comes into place. Now, I'm sure some of you have heard me talk about prayer. The prayer is where you are basically giving permission to the angels to help you move to the next level. This is where it's like you're using your free will to give them permission to intervene, to help you, to support you, to move blocks out of the way, to move obstacles out of the way. So when you do that, the trick is to surrender, to let go, leaving the details to others. You don't have to know every step of the way how it's going to work out. Just trust and know that it is. That is where, here's our finale card, the leap of faith. Yes, Archangel Metatron. This is the leap of faith. So where have you been holding back? Where have you been letting yourself be pulled by the bungee cord of, I want it, but I can't have it. I want it, but I can't have it. I want it. Nope, that's not for me. It's like these things, these cycles that we go on in our mind, where we commit ourselves to our own scarcity. We let everything else fall by the wayside, and we just agree that where we are is where we're meant to be. Okay. If that's where you want to be, go for it. If that's not where you want to be, then start making different decisions. And some of that has to do with taking risks, because when you take risks, you have to fall into faith. You have to fall into trust. You have to fall into surrender. That is the key to any pattern of extraordinary growth, is the leap of faith, is the trust in yourself, in the angels, in the creator, the universal life force energy that is all around us, that you have that divine connection within yourself. So when you take that leap of faith, it says, believe in yourself, listen to your heart, and do what gives you joy. Oh my gosh, I love that this is on this card. So I've said this a few other times, that for you in your heart space, your heart is your compass. Your heart is what is going to lead you exactly to where you're meant to be. People have asked me, they want me to help them find their purpose, which I can do. And the way that I do that is to peel away layers that are interfering with your heart space. When you are not connected in with your heart, that's when you have this misdirection of, I don't know what I'm here to do. Your passion is your purpose. Your passion, what brings you joy, what gives you life, what makes you feel fulfilled, that is your purpose. That is why you are here. And the more you commit to following that path, the more and more and more supported you are, the more you are divinely guided, the more, the Red Seas start to part for you, so you have a clear walkway to go to where you're meant to be, to have an influence on this planet that you were meant to have. All of these things, they open for you when you take the leap of faith and you follow your heart. I know that this sounds so cheesy, like we might as well just write it out, make a nice pretty wood painting and put it on the wall. And then when you come to my office next, you can see it and we go, yep, that's the map. But it's so true. So just a little recap here. We have the Ace of Gabriel, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. That's what you have within your heart. Find inspiration around you to help you take that next step. You're not, creating a path that has never been done before. People have been following their life purpose and their dreams for a really long time. So start to see, how are they doing it? What did they do? Take risks. Don't be afraid to take risks. Keep your eyes on the big picture, leaving the details to others. Beautiful. Exactly. Say no more, say no more. Then the leap of faith. Go back to the leap of faith. You got this. You totally got this. Remember, trust, 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 and surrender, surrender, surrender. So, with that, I hope you found so much value in this connection that we're sharing today. I love you, I love you, I love you. And please do, if you're still feeling called, join us at the Daily Sunshine. And remember, we're in the process of creating it right now, a membership site for meditation. I wanted to create something that is affordable for everybody so that we can still continue this work together. So keep an eye out for that, and there's no doubt in my heart that you'll be the first to know. So no fear, I'll let you know exactly when it is out. With that, I hope you have the most extraordinary Tuesday ever, and I do look forward to chatting with you next week, or even later today if you're in the Daily Sunshine. Either way, we'll see each other soon, okay?